Welcome to the Push While Black Show. I'm your host, Christian, and this is the Bearscast for Week 4. Bears win 24-18 against the Rams. A much better game than last week. Caleb Williams did not throw 52 passes. It started out slow, as it always tends to be with them, with the Bears. Rams, their two best receivers in Cooper Kupp and I forgot the other kid. It's the other dude, second-year guy, which is basically like another Cooper Kupp clone. They're out today, so two big points of their offense didn't play. Rams did have a go of it though, but the Bears defense held them to field goals for the most part, and Matthew Stafford fumble on a sack and a closing interception as they were trying to get back into the game. So there really isn't nothing to complain about here, so I'm just going to show the differences between this game and last game, and just a thought that I've been noticing with the coverage here, as far as not with this podcast or the YouTube stuff, but just Bears media in general, and how this offense, conversations with this offense and conversations with Caleb is happening, and just some things that's in my head. Okay, so real quick, Caleb Williams, 17 of 23, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. Offensively, it was the DeAndre Swift show. 16 carries, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. Roschon Johnson, 7 carries, 26 yards, 1 touchdown. Caleb Williams, 5 carries, 12 yards, no touchdowns. Receiving, DeAndre Swift, 7 receptions, 72 yards. Cole Kmet, 3 receptions, 34 yards. DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 22 yards. Keenan Allen, 3 receptions, 19 yards. Rome Odunze, 1 reception, 10 yards. And DJ Moore had in one of his receptions, there was a touchdown as well. So, let's see. Caleb Williams threw no interceptions. Did have a fumble, but it was recovered. And trying to see if there's a Jaquan Brisker had an interception. There was another interception that they called back because he was out of bounds. Yeah, he was out of bounds. But it was a good game. So it started out real slow, and I still don't like Caleb's deep ball at all. Like, he can't throw the deep ball consistently and accurately. There's a lot of floaters. His touch is not that good yet. I truly think they need to keep the quarterback keepers, put that away, because that man is not Justin Fields. That man, when he runs to be open. He runs to buy time and to get his receivers open. He does not run fast enough to where those quarterback keepers are worth the energy and worth him getting hurt. There was a situation where he got dinged up a little bit and they put him in the tent, but he was able to finish the game. So they can keep that. Swift had his best game this year, I feel like, because both passing out the backfield and him rushing, he was able to do both effectively. I still think they need to balance the running game just a little bit, because I would rather, in certain situations, Roschon Johnson get the ball more than Swift. But Swift had a good great game rushing, great game receiving. I like the idea of Swift becoming Caleb's check down instead of just like that worked perfectly today. And he had just enough time to be able to see the Swift for the check down. I don't care about the Bears' identity here. I want the Bears to win games. The point here is to win games. Because I'm hearing, because last week was stupid. 52 times passing. You're running out the shotgun, which they didn't do today. They ran under center. Swift did good. Swift was the check down, as mentioned earlier. It was really stupid last week, and I felt like they were trying to prove a point instead of winning a game. And I felt like the same thing happened kind of in the Texans game. People were trying to prove a point instead of winning the game. This was, we're playing the game that's in front of us, and we're going to win the game, and we're going to run the ball, and we're going to use checkdowns, and we're going to see what the defense gives us, and hopefully Caleb doesn't screw it up. You've traded draft capital for DJ Moore. You've drafted the best receiver in the draft, and you got another, even though he's an older receiver, you got a premier receiver in Keenan Allen, and you traded to get a running back. The line is still bad. Caleb was running for his life, but I need the Bears to win games. Like I was checking Facebook at halftime, and people were saying how boring the offense is. And yeah, I would rather the offense be this and you win a game. You know, it sucks. The slow starts do bother me still, but defense did what they were supposed to do. They kept the Rams, and they did what they were supposed to do too. The Rams are not healthy. Their two best receivers and their two main targets are out today. And it wasn't that Stafford didn't know what to do, because Jordan Whittington and then Tutu Atwell were 62 and 80 yards receiving respectively, and they ended up having pretty decent games today, but it wasn't as high powered as it's supposed to be with Cooper Kupp and the other guy. You're supposed to win those games. If it's like that, you're supposed to win that game. You're not supposed to lose that game at all. And that's what they did. They won the game. It was ugly. They weren't stupid. They weren't asking Caleb to do stupid things other than those quarterback keepers. I just don't like those. I don't see the point, but it is what it is. And they won the game, and defense still can help them to 3 points for basically 3 quarters. Games like that, you're not supposed to be cute with. And I feel like last week and went in the game against Houston, they were trying to be super cute. I would rather be semi-boring and you figure out how to win this game, and you win as many games as you can to try to be competitive in a tough division. I'm gonna rewatch the Green Bay and Minnesota game, because apparently I caught the end of that as I was heading home, and apparently that was really good. And Detroit is playing later today, or they're playing now as I'm recording this. Yeah, y'all, we need to be competitive in this division. I don't want to, like, I was listening to the halftime show because I listen to the radio call as I'm watching the game, and I'm listening to the halftime show, and they're saying how the offense is less to be desired. They won the game, and Caleb didn't throw 50 times and lost. So I'm happy about that. I because the offense, I think last week leading up to this game, the idea was they're going to run this pass happy offense. The idea in local media was they're going to run this pass happy offense, and they are going to Caleb's going to throw a lot, and that's just how he's going to develop. And I'm so glad they didn't do that. I'm so glad that this isn't a. I have this vision of what this offense is supposed to be, and they changed it for the sake of, and they actually like played the game that's in front of them and won the game. So hopefully against Carolina next week, because Carolina, they basically benched, not basically, they did. They benched Bryce Young, and Andy Dalton's in there. And even though they lost today against the Bengals, it's the Bengals. They're supposed to lose that game. That's not going to be a slouch game. It's not going to be a gimme game for the Bears, because Andy Dalton is a serviceable quarterback, and he's making that offense competent. So whatever Carolina decides to do going forward, if it's Andy Dalton especially, the offense is, they can win games and they can put up points. The Bears have to see that and, again, adjust to that game and win the game, which supposedly that's what Shane Waldron was brought here to do, kind of develop Caleb Williams but win games and kind of see what's in front of them as every game and win accordingly. So I want Roschon Johnson to get more touches. Swift did good, but he's more of a, like, I don't really want him to be like a feature back in some cases. Like I really wish they would balance the carries better. And Roschon still had decent carries today, but it just looked like I still think he should get more. Like I feel like both DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson should have double-digit carries every game. Because I feel like the offense will run better if it's like a 1-2 punch, at least until Caleb gets a little bit more experience in him, because I don't want them to rely on Caleb and then Swift to carry the team the rest of the season, because they haven't figured out they haven't figured out how to use their receiving core yet consistently. Like, somebody mentioned, it was during the halftime show, somebody mentioned that I think at the time DJ Moore had like one carry or one reception, and they weren't sure. People weren't sure how they were using him yet. So I think DJ Moore needs to be, if it's not going to be a running style offense or a balanced running offense, I think DJ Moore needs to have more catches. But that's been something that's going on when Justin Fields was here. Like, it seemed like with Justin too, it seemed like with DJ Moore, he was almost like a bailout, and they weren't really targeting him every game. And I feel like with Caleb, it's kind of like that too. But I guess they'll figure it out. But yeah, nothing really to complain about. Just some thoughts in my head about the game. See y'all next week. Later.